Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Citizenry, the platform where we speak truth to power. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're feeling good today. Today is Thursday. On the day where we're now officially hearing that Buhari arrived in the UK last night. No doubt we are doing a few things to look at that situation. We're monitoring that situation to see what we can do. But this is a particular pressing issue. And when we show you this, we want you to attach that to make sure this is attached to why we need to make sure that Buhari, whichever the audio president is sent back to where it came from. He has to be sent back to that same place. He can't be coming to the UK to get healthcare and think it's okay. But that's something we'll talk about later on. Now, this is the impunity. When we talk about that, Nigeria is no longer sustainable. Watch this next clip. I could have played it in another way, in many other ways, many different formats, but I wanted to do this because it's been showed on Channels TV, and I wanted that to be in part of this broadcast. That's why I put it there. So it's a national news. It's not a small news that just happened anyway. This happened in Abuja. The guy called Danladi slapped somebody. So. And it's so much honorable, and they like to say honorable. Honorable what? Honorable what? Is there any honor in what you're about to see? Tell me if there's any honor in what you're about to see. Let's watch. Here we go.
When the video made the rounds, boy, it was shocking to a lot of people. But this is the video we're talking about. We'd like you to just see the entire length of the video before we'll comment on it.
Exactly. Same here. Watch this.
Oh God, you have lost because your power will not save you.
I'm going to rewind that place. I want you to see that again. I want you to see that again. Watch. I'm going to freeze it when I get to that point. Watch now. Watch. I'm going to freeze. See? You see that? He hit somebody. He actually hit somebody. I mean, and that is your one Nigeria. That's your one Nigeria. Those of you that keep supporting one Nigeria, a Fulani man, Danladi, will believe he can kick anybody and nothing will happen to him. That's the idea of their one Nigeria. That one Nigeria, I keep telling you as a Southerner, if you keep believing your one Nigeria, then that one Nigeria, it will kill you where you stand. Listen on. See, look at the way. See the man in the middle here? That's the one that did the kicking. He's the other one for slap. The Fulanis believe they can do whatever they want in our land. They are guests in Yoruba land. They are guests in the Middle Belt. They are guests in Southeast, in Biafra land. And look at how they treat us. And you still want to be one Nigeria with that? Nah, not me. No way. No way am I going to be one Nigeria with these people. They need to move out of our land. Enough is truly enough. If you're not outraged by what you're seeing, I don't know what else will wake you up. Now, let's listen on. I'll come back to it. I'm going to replay it again. See, he's even talking, he's even moving his hand like he's justified. Justified. He should be arrested. Look, section 33. I'm going to do that right now. Let me go and get you something. I'm steamed up. So I'm sufficiently quite worked up about this now. The more I think about it, let me just get you something. I want to show you something. Section 33. Section 33 prevents anybody from attacking you in that manner. Because nobody should be treated in a section 33. No, not right to life. A section 34, I think, or thereabout. I'll bring it out. You will see it come up. I think there's a section that talks about You should be treated with dignity and humanity. So where's the dignity and humanity? I'll bring it out. I think it's 34. Just give me a minute. I'll bring it out and I'll put it onto the broadcast. I'll put it on there. Because this is, if you keep talking about one, look, we are going for Yoruba Nation. We are hearing talks about they want us to go for restructuring. Nah, it's too late. It's too late. We don't want any restructuring. We're going for Yoruba Nation. Our nation, before the colonials came, we had a Yoruba Nation, we had Biafra, we had all of those kingdoms, and they are going to be restored. We don't. This is a nation of convenience for those who are exploiting it, and we are not comfortable. Are we going to accept this injustice any longer? So let me just let me. I'm just going to give this to you. Yeah, section 34. I'm going to just print that up for you. Let me do something quickly. Just bear with me, because I believe in talking about facts. I don't want to just. I don't want to mouth off and say things that are just not true. Not interested in that. I like to go with facts. Got it? Why is it not? So why is it doing that now? Sorry. I can see it, but it won't let me. Where is it? Okay. Are you gonna move or not? Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to do something about that because I don't know why it's doing that. But 1 second, please. I will find another means. There's always another means to do things. You just have to just look for it. One second, please. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to find this for you. I will get there. No, that's not the one I'm looking for. Sorry, I don't know what's going on here. I will find it. I just need to get this information out for you. 1 second, let me try one more time. Okay, we're trying to locate this information. Oh goodness, 1 second, please. 1 second. And we're back. Now, I wanted to just do something so you can see there. Please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. It's really important. We need your help and support. We are 844 subscribers right now. We need to get to 1,000. Please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Urgently, we respectfully ask you to please share this broadcast with friends and family and to be able to get information out as such as we are sharing right now to make sure people will raise the level of awareness among our people. Please share and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube right now. Thank you. Going on with what we're saying, we're going to continue playing the video. Watch this now. I mean, the man is even just, in front of them. They should be arrested. Now, I read it. The reason I put what I highlighted in blue, I want to read it to you. It says here, every individual is entitled to respect for the dignity of his person, and accordingly, no person shall be subject to torture or inhuman or degrading treatment. Let me read that again. Section 34(1). Every individual is entitled to respect for the dignity of his person, and accordingly, A, no person shall be subject to torture or to inhuman or degrading treatment. What you just saw was an inhuman and indeed a degrading treatment. And guess what? Nothing will happen to him because he is in contraption Nigeria. The Fulanis believe they are first among everybody else. And we are no longer prepared to be second-class citizens in our own land. That's why we're going for Yoruba Nation. In Yoruba Nation, a Yoruba man will not be a second-class citizen. Do you hear me? In Yoruba Nation, a Yoruba man will not be a second-class citizen. And that is why we're going for Oduduwa Nation. That is why we're going for Biafra Nation. In Biafra land, a Biafra man will not be a second-class citizen. In Middle Belt Nation, a Middle Belt man will not be a second-class citizen. And that's the reason why we're going for this. And this, because the Constitution, this man, they have no regard. The Fulanis have no regard for the Constitution that they've imposed on the rest of us. And that's what's happening. And that's why we're going for Yoruba Nation. Listen to this.
So that incident was said to have taken place at Banex Plaza in Abuja, the nation's capital.
You heard, Banex Plaza, Abuja, capital.
Now, I mean, you may have seen videos, social media videos from time to time, but this one is quite different because it shows the chairman of the Code of Conduct Tribunal, Danladi Umar.
The chairman of Code of Conduct Tribunal, Danladi Umar, no less. Let's see if we can get a better picture of him. They've walked into this one today, and believe you me, they ain't getting out of it. No way. You're not getting out of this one like that. You're not getting out easily. Copy. I'm going to find this picture. Danladi Umar. Copy. I want you to see his picture. I don't want you to just leave it and go, yeah. No. I'm telling you why we must go for Oduduwa Republic. We must. We cannot wait. We're not going to accept any of this nonsense anymore. We shouldn't be. Why should we accept injustice? Why should we continue to accept injustice? I ask you, why? Why should we? I'm going to just try and get you this picture. Just bear with me. This one, sorry, not that one. This one is there. Okay. So I'm going to just do this. 1 second, please. I'm just going to do this. You will see something move. Okay, now. Just give me a minute, please. I'm only for time purposes, not time, only for trying to make sure this thing makes sense. And I want you to be sufficiently moved to want to take action. Where we go now? 1 second, please. Just give me a minute. It will be up in a minute. You will see it. Danladi Umar. Let's get his name out. I'm get his picture out. Umar. Right. Okay. Now, I want you to see this. Danladi Umar. Yeah? Code of conduct. Listen to this now. Now, he's a code of conduct man, and he believes that he's above the law. And this is why they do what they do. And this is why we're saying to you, the Fulani believe that they are above the rule of law and they can do as they please. And we shouldn't accept that nonsense. Now, where is it? Now, let's get this here. We want to make sure that you guys understand what is going on and don't accept this injustice any longer. You shouldn't accept this injustice. Nobody should accept this kind of injustice. Nobody. Let me see. Where are you now? No, that's not it. Sorry. I'm just trying to get this guy here to come up. 1 second, please. I'm just gonna. It will come. Sometimes these things play games and everything else, but that's okay. We will be here. Oh, damn. Okay. There's another way to do this for me. Let me just get this out. Copy. I'm just gonna quickly show you them. Since I'll try one more time. If it doesn't work, then I will do the next thing I plan to do. Not that one. There we go. That's it. So, no, that's not the same. This should be, that's him there, right there. That's him right there. But what we wanted wasn't this one. And I know why it's doing that. But that's Danladi Umar. Okay? So in fact, let me hide this in the time bin because I just want to be in one place. Please, as ever, don't forget to subscribe to Citizen AY. That's Danladi Umar. And like I said, he flouted the rule of law. He believes that he's above the rule of law, that he can do as he pleases. That because he's a Fulani man, he can get away with whatever he wants. And it's time we say no to this nonsense. So that's again, I'm going to show you the Constitution, and it says here, I'm going to just make sure you see it. Every individual is entitled to respect for the dignity of his person, and accordingly no person shall be subject to torture or to inhuman or degrading treatment. And then we then have the actions of Danladi Umar. Because he's a Fulani man, he will get away with it, no doubt. But we are saying enough of this nonsense. We should know Yoruba man in Yoruba land, a Yoruba man will not be a second-class citizen, and that is a fact. That is a plain fact. And I'm going to make sure that these kind of things, we shouldn't let it go. slide and not say anything. We must speak out about this kind of injustice. It is horrifying. Let's watch it on. And I'll,
as you could have seen in that video, kicking a security guard, and I mean that got people yelling and shouting, wondering how did things get to that extent. There's a lot to this video, really. There's a lot you can attach to this video. But first, on social media, that got a lot of people's attention. Wondering, I mean, how would you have a chairman of the CCT? For emphasis, the CCT is a code of conduct tribunal, a public official that is meant to be, you know, I mean, one of the highest ranks you can have, because he was a judge prior to the time he became the chairman of the CCT. And you know what they say about judges? They're meant to be a gold standard. Above board. They're meant to be, I mean, the standard to beat the example. For the noble profession. Exactly. So when you see the chairman of the Code of Conduct Tribunal kicking the
let's have a look at this. Somebody's already up.
Security guard.
Trying to make sure I got everything in there. Okay, I couldn't.
Just before that, a man had slapped the security guard. You wonder. In fact, I saw a tweet. Let me just take one from Mr. Oshoti saying the chairman Code of Conduct Tribunal caught in a misconduct act. He was just trying to play with the.
Now let me just. We're gonna play the whole thing. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So here we go.
Code of conduct, misconduct, and honestly, this leaves a very bad taste in the mouth. On one hand, I mean, you know, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Section 34, guarantees everybody a right to human dignity. What you saw right there, I mean, falls short of human dignity. We could talk about the Code of Conduct.
You see that? How can you? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know. It is absolutely crazy. It is so sickening. That you can do this. That you think you can get away with this. Danladi Umar, Code of Conduct Tribunal chairman is slapping somebody, kicking somebody, and we think that's okay. Nah. That is why, you see, the Fulanis believe they are first-class citizens and we're second-class, and that's why we need to stop this nonsense. We need to reject it. Now, let's play on.
The act that establishes the tribunal and the bureau that says that, the bureau shall be established to maintain a high standard of morality in the conduct of government business and to ensure that the actions and behavior of public officers conform to the highest standards of public morality and accountability. Now, that is the act.
There you go. So let me just quickly
pause. I mean, the standard profession. Exactly. When you see the chairman of the Code of Conduct Tribunal kicking a security guard, just before that, a man had slapped the security guard. You wonder. In fact, I saw a tweet. Let me just take one from Mr. Oshoti saying the chairman Code of Conduct Tribunal caught in a misconduct act. He was just trying to play with the Code of Conduct, misconduct, and honestly, this leaves a very bad taste in the mouth.
The country is finished.
The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Section 34, guarantees everybody the right to human dignity. What you saw right there, I mean, falls short of human dignity. We could talk about the Code of Conduct Act itself, the act that establishes the tribunal and the bureau that says that, the bureau shall be established to maintain a high standard of morality in the conduct of government business and to ensure that the actions and behavior of public officers conform to the highest standards of public morality and accountability. Now, that is the act that establishes, I mean, that's the act that empowers him, the Code of Conduct Tribunal and the Bureau. I mean,
and don't forget, it's worthy of note that by virtue of Section 351 of the Criminal Code Act, any person who unlawfully assaults another is guilty of a misdemeanor and is liable, if no greater punishment is provided, to imprisonment for 1 year.
Absolutely. I mean, there's also the code for code of conduct for judicial officers, because he's the level of a judicial officer that talks about, propriety and appliance. A judge shall avoid impropriety and the appearance of impropriety in all the judge's activities, both in his professional and private life. I mean, we can go on and on, especially because he is meant to be an officer of the law.
Yeah.
I mean, you may have not known the chairman before now, but you recall the incident with the former CJN and when he was in charge of the proceedings, and people saw him as, okay, I mean, he's the head of the Code of Conduct Tribunal. If we have issues with any public official, this is the man we look to ensure that is sorted. But now, this is the same man we're seeing in the video.
And there was a press statement that they put out.
Oh,
I'm going to go through that press statement. I know that, but that's what the press statement says. So perhaps for those who may not have seen it, and a lot of people saw it and they're commenting on it as well, they couldn't believe it came through as well. So it's a press statement from the Code of Conduct Bureau, and it says, quote, our attention was drawn on a report, I'm reading verbatim now, on a report from some online publication with a video clip suggesting Honorable Chairman Justice Danladi Umar assaulted a security guard at Banex Plaza. To start with, the plaza has been his usual place of visits for the past 18 years for shopping and repairs of his phones. And in all these periods, there have never been any time he had any turmoil with anybody. Unfortunately, yesterday's altercation started over a parking lot, parking P-A-C-K-I-N-G, with chairman, met vacant, and it was directly opposite a shop he want. I'm having a problem. But
you have to have problems to read that, Chamberlain. You have to have problems reading it.
I'll try. And it says he went to make a purchase and to fix FIXE his phone.
You see, even the press reading that document, they can't read it. You can hear the guy cannot read it. You know, Chamberlain couldn't read it because he cannot. The incredulity, even this is something that we cannot. Your senses will not accept that this is wrong, and that this injustice cannot be allowed to continue. And they're trying to. You can even the press release is trying to justify his actions and say no, it's not like that, and overlook it and sweep it under the carpet. I mean, this is nonsense. And Nigeria now end it. The Fulanis are we cannot accept that anyone, no Fulani, is above me. Is a first class citizen and me, a Yoruba man, a second class. No way, no way, no way. We are going. Yoruba nation is here to stay, and no restructuring. It's too late. The example of why we are going for Yoruba nation is what you just saw. Enough of this nonsense.
When the young security guard cited him, he ordered the chairman should not park PACK his car in that particular empty space. But chairman asked why. The security guard couldn't convince chairman, though chairman didn't identify himself because to him it's needless and it's a place he visited often. But the boy was RODE in his approach and threatened to deal with chairman if he refuses to leave the scene.
If he refused, actually. You had to correct that.
Yeah, it's...
Chamberlain, would you please save yourself?
Yes, stop.
See,
who signed it?
Let me go to the last paragraph.
Yeah.
It says, an incident like this, when it happens, sympathy usually goes to the low personalities.
You see?
Though it's unfortunate, as I said, it ought not to have happened. End of quote. Guys, that's how traumatic it is to read it. Okay. It was signed by Ibrahim Al-Hassan, Head Press and Public Relations, CCT Headquarters, Abuja, March 30th, 2021. So part of that narrative also said he didn't go with the security guard if he wanted to go cause bodily harm or anything. That if he meant any such thing, he would have gone there with his retinue of his security guard. So does that mean that thing has happened before?
I think that's a point. In fact, let me just read that part again. If chairman had went there to cause, trouble or intimidate someone, as suggested in the report, he would have gone there in his full official paraphernalia. But when they alone with
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Slap. We are no longer second class citizens. We cannot accept this nonsense. Do you now understand why we need to go for Yoruba nation now? One Nigeria is an enslavement camp for the rest of us in the South. Do you understand? Do you understand? The Fulani see us as their slaves. We must say, no way. You are a guest in our shores, in our land. Go. You go from our land. You are not the born to rule mentality is the fallacy. A fallacy that gave you that was planted in your cerebrum by the colonials, and it's time we woke you up from that nonsense. Leave our land. Enough of this nonsense. We are no longer we cannot accept to be second class citizens in our own land.
Person who wrote this release see the video? Is there any reason given for the first slap
or the kick, which you just saw? Right?
They should all be arrested, but it won't happen. That's why we're going for
Well, incidentally, it's also on social media that the security guard, was arrested and taken to a police station.
So he was arrested after being slapped. So he was arrested after being slapped. And if you recall, let me go back to the thing I showed you before. 1 second, please. I'm just gonna. This is injustice upon injury. Is in one word. Injustice upon injury. Not only is he now, I mean, look at this. Look at this. I highlight to you again. Section 34 talks about every individual is entitled to respect for the dignity of his person, and accordingly, no person shall be subject to the torture or human or degrading treatment. It seems to me that those in power now, the Fulanis, have kept themselves and forced themselves on us. They believe they're above those laws. And if they are, we don't belong in the same nation. There is no longer one Nigeria. Yoruba nation is here to stay. Yoruba nation is here to stay. Biafra nation is here to stay. Middle Belt nation is here to stay. We are no longer prepared to be second-class citizens in our own land. In our own land, Yoruba man will be a first-class citizen. There's no, in Yoruba land, there will be no chance of anybody telling you as a Yoruba man in Yoruba nation that you are a second-class citizen or you treat you in a degrading manner. We won't accept it. The constitution of Nigeria of Yoruba land, the constitution of Yoruba land that we write will make sure that every person, that we don't care how high in the office that you are, you will respect that constitution as it stands. The evidence is clear. Those who are supposed to uphold the Constitution do not respect the Constitution. Let me say that again slowly in case you misunderstood me. Those who are supposed to uphold the Constitution do not respect the Constitution. For that reason, Yoruba Nation is here to stay.
Of course, the chairman, I guess, also went to the police station.
Look at that.
But when the policeman, the DP or someone saw the video, he instantly released the man on bail. Now, I don't even know what to say right now, but I think, Mark, you want to come in first?
Good morning, guys, and good morning, Nigeria.
Well, for the first time, I'm seeing a unity of in agreement with the channel. I can see for the first time I can actually say that channels now, even the presenters, they're struggling to find. Normally they would say, "Oh, this and that." Even they are short. They're lost for words as to what they've just witnessed. Even channels, and others. I mean, and I know channels are the government supporters, but even they can't support this one. That is why we're going for Yoruba Nation. Listen to what she will say. Listen.
I think it's always very important for me to say that I'm appearing from Abuja because, I mean, years after, I still meet people who say, "Oh, Papa, you mean, you're here? I thought you're visiting." No, I'm here. I've been here for a while now. And one of the things I noted when I did come to Abuja is the fact that there seems to be no law and order here because everybody is a big man. You go to many areas of Abuja and, they'll nearly run over the traffic warden because, everybody is a big man and poor traffic warden doesn't know who is where and so behaves himself. And, if he's giving directions and you don't want to obey, oh, well and good. The traffic warden might be there and there might be madness. So what I'm saying now, even though this is totally unbecoming of a senior public official, someone who occupies the seat, of a code of conduct tribunal chairman.
He should instantly be sacked.
It's totally
but he
unbecoming.
won't be sacked.
There is no excuse.
He should instantly be sacked, but I can tell you he will not be sacked. What happened to the guy that the senator, Babu, whatever they call his name, the celebrity or Badu or whatever, I can't remember. What happened to him? He just received a slap on the wrist and is still carrying on. That is why we're going for Yoruba Nation. These guys believe they are above the law. And no. In Yoruba Nation, Yoruba man will be first class citizen. Because there will only be Yorubas in that nation. There will only be Yorubas. We'll have guests, but the Yoruba man with the Yoruba's passport will be treated equally. That's what we're saying in a sense. As it stands now, the Fulanis believe that they are number one because of the Ahmadu Bello Northern forced nonsense. So none of that force of them is okay. Then the first Nigerians and everybody else is second class, and they are Fulanis. They are guests in our own land. Let's never forget that. Now, listen on.
No excusing it. Even if you say, oh, you know, he has a bad temper or he has a hot temper, there is nothing that excuses this sort of behavior.
Nothing.
But, you know, somehow it still doesn't shock me. That's just how it is. It still doesn't shock me because when you...
And that is a sad indictment on the entire process. When we are no longer shocked by this kind of action, this kind of injustice, blatant injustice, it's a sad indictment of contraption. This is why we're going for the Biafra nation, a Middle Belt nation, and nothing on this planet Earth will stop us. Nothing, because we are justified. Everything about contraption in Nigeria is unjustified. It's wrong. It was enforced on us by military means, by colonials, and we say no. We do not want to be part of a contraption that was enforced on us. Enough of this nonsense.
Look at the attitude of, you know, those who, you know, some of the big men I have seen around here so far, and how we conduct, or should I say how they conduct? I don't know where to put myself there now. How we conduct ourselves, you know, in a city like Abuja, which is supposed to be the Federal Capital Territory. You know, a lot is left to be desired. But that said, I mean, this is very bad. This is bad enough. But to now see the statement which was put out there, you know, this time around by the Office of the Code of Conduct Tribunal, I think that the NIPR, that's the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, needs to take a placard to say, no, this kind of statement cannot be from somebody who represents us. There is something very wrong with this. In terms of the language, let's even forget the bad English. It is, I don't know what school the person went to. I don't know whether this was done from speaking and, you know, maybe the computer was just trying to type out what the person was saying, how the person was speaking, because nothing excuses how you say a video clip and it's a video cliff, for instance. Let's even excuse that. But how do you call people, for instance, Biafran boys? That sort of language.
There you go.
In our context.
So Biafran boys. Did you hear that? What did I just say? I said to you, in Yoruba land, a Yoruba man will not be a second-class citizen. Simple as that. In Yoruba land, a Yoruba man will not be a second-class citizen. And the fact that they made reference to Biafran boy tells you that we are justified in going for Yoruba nation. I'm telling you, we're justified in going for Biafra nation. Tomorrow, don't forget to join us as I do the live broadcast with Simon Ekpa. Citizen Ewa will be with Simon Ekpa. I'll be joining him live on his show. And we'll be alternating about things. We wanted to do it. We were going to talk about, we've been planning to do Sukuk. We talked about it on the show, so we'll be doing that. And the next show, we'll be doing more shows with myself and him, and I'll be doing it, hosting it from my end. What we'll be doing is we just have to, note that every Southerner is seen as a second-class citizen. And that is how they view us, and that's why they treat us like that, you know. So these are the things that we're talking about, you know. So I have just like I said, I'm truly stunned by what I'm seeing, and well, not stunned. I'm not surprised, But if what's going to happen is that guy, the senator, Babu or whatever they call him is, somebody will remember his name. You know, he got away with it. He was, and nothing happened. And this guy, nothing will happen. That's the reason why we're going for Yoruba Nation, because nothing will happen to them. Nothing. Text
as we speak is very unbecoming, coming from the Code of Conduct Tribunal. How do you call, it says somewhere here that, you know, the chairman was trying to run away and the Biafran boys were throwing things at him. Please, who are Biafran boys? Are there any group of people?
Right, can you see Biafran boys? So the Fulanis, they're just, no, this is, Nigeria is theirs. So they actually, now you can see in their words that they actually now know that Biafra is coming. And they're trying to use it to oppress and suppress in our own land. Now, like I said, in Biafra land, a Biafra man will not be a second-class citizen. In Yoruba land, a Yoruba man will not be a second-class citizen. But in Nigeria, both of us, Yorubas, Igbos, Middle Belt, we are second-class citizens because the Fulanis believe that they are the only ones to whom Nigeria belongs. And that is why we are leaving Nigeria. That is why. Listen on.
People or ethnicity called Biafran boys in Nigeria today, as we speak, there is certain level of, the level of uneducation and ignorance that comes out from this statement makes this particular situation even worse than it is. So I think that this is not something that, we just raised because, the Code of Conduct Tribunal chairman exhibited bad behavior when he went out. No, that is one bad thing that has just happened. The other horrible thing is the statement that has come out presumably from his office, because this statement is supposed to represent Nigeria. So when I begin to see things like Biafran boys in this sort of statement, there are big issues.
Very big issues. Very big issues.
It looks like the accent of the person who was speaking, is obviously not from Biafra, so to speak.
There you go.
I'm very troubled, gentlemen. I am very troubled. And I sincerely hope that this is not something that will be lightly dismissed as ravings of journalism.
This is why we are saying Yoruba Nation and Biafra Nation is here to stay. These Fulanis want us to be second-class citizens and for us to accept it in that contraption called Nigeria, which we never had a hand in creating. And we're saying no. It's time to dismantle contraption Nigeria. Yoruba land will be for Yoruba people. We will have guests from other people, from countries, but in Yoruba land, Yoruba people will be first-class citizens. In Biafra land, Biafra people will be first-class citizens and nobody else. There will be no need for second-class citizens. You'll have guests coming in, yes, but you as a Fulani, you do not tell me that I'm a second-class citizen. In the contraption Nigeria, you are imposing you are trying to make sure that I see myself as a second-class citizen. And that is why Nigeria will never work. That's why it's finished. Yoruba Nation now.
But people who mean well for this country and have raised the issue as we ought to in our capacity as watchdogs of the society. Gentlemen.
The thing is a failed nation.
Well, for me, guys, and Malcolm, I'm just going to wait. And I believe that every Nigerian is waiting to see how this will be.
No, we're not going to wait. There I differ with you. We're not going to wait. We're going for Yoruba Nation. You can wait if you choose to wait. And it seems to me you are part of the people that believe in one Nigeria as a presenter. Rightly, you are protecting your own interest by doing so. But we are looking at the collective interest. This is not a time for individual interest. Our collective interest is that our right as citizens in that contraption is being denied. And under such conditions, we must go for Yoruba Nation, where our rights as citizens, equal citizens, will be guaranteed under the constitution that those we elect, who will also be Yorubas, will have to comply with. That's the key difference.
Dressed by whoever. Well, on social media, we have heard people who have said, look, this is something that the NBA must take on because this has to do with the judiciary. Secondly, Mokwe, and I said anyone else would imagine that kind of press statement is a disgrace in itself. if the judiciary is the last hope of the common man, and it is the
it's obvious. With Mohamed Tanko is a Sharia law. I keep telling you all, it's a Sharia law man. He studied Sharia. They believe in everything Sharia. They are not interested in our common code of conduct. They don't care about that. They only want to ensure they impose Sharia on us. And this is what you are seeing, the footprint of Sharia law. Sharia law, those in power can do as they wish. Nothing will happen to them because they are telling you you have to comply with that law, and they are above it. This is what you are looking at, and that's why we're going for Yoruba Nation. Let's carry on. I'll listen for a few more minutes. If you're saying anything that is not, we'll just end this thing here and I will post it. Please subscribe to Citizen Air on YouTube and continue to share this podcast. Thank you very much. Continue to watch. Let's carry on and see where this goes.
The judiciary that is trampling on this common man, then where's the hope of everyone else? Now, I would expect, because one of the things that a hashtag that has begun, I don't know if it has begun to trend, Danladi must resign. Now, is the federal government going to wink at this or just going to say, maybe you should just take a back seat for a while. Let's address this matter, because the word conduct is what plays out the most here for me.
Actually, it's not the judiciary that is trampling on that comma. It's that person. He's not an entirety of the judiciary.
I agree with you.
But again, I keep telling you, when you have Fulanis heading everything and one of them does something wrong, what do you think will happen? What do you think will happen? When you have Fulanis at the head of every organization or every government structure and one of them does something wrong, what do you think? They will gather around and protect him. This guy will not face any jail. He won't be demoted. He was not going to be, they will not pay compensation. They even arrested the man they arrested the man for doing his job. They arrested the young man doing the job, the parking attendant, for doing his job. When the man who slapped him is still walking around free, he should be in jail right now. He should be arrested. And that is all you need to know about contraption. We need to end contraption Nigeria. Everything we're seeing now is highlighting the failures, the gaping failures, why contraption Nigeria can never work. The Fulanis believe that they are above everybody else in that contraption. And for that reason, let them keep Nigeria. In fact, we hope the Fulanis kick them out of Nigeria, kick them out of the north, and then they can go and create a Nigeria wherever they see fit, not on our own land. Because Nigeria is not a nation we want to be any part of any longer. Listen on.
Understand, but you see, you and I know. Once you say a policeman, everyone looks at it as a policeman.
It's going to be up to the lawyers, the fine gentlemen in that profession, to do this.
Because this man is not just a lawyer
who can take it to take the law to task.
It's not just a lawyer; he's a justice.
Well, there you go. You heard what Marco said there in Abuja. It's the so-called big men, and the way we treat those officers who are on the road, who are supposed to be helping us keep the road.
This highlights the gaping failure in the contraption. End it now. Yoruba Nation is here to stay. Biafra Nation is here to stay. Middlewest Nation is here to stay. I hope the Hausas take back their land from the Fulanis and call it whatever they want to call it. If it's Arewa, that's fine. But they must take back their land. The Fulanis must be made to remember they are guests in the Fulani Hausa land. And the way they believe now that they're above everything in our own land. Enough of this nonsense. Aren't you outraged? They don't even comply with the law they imposed on us via our Yadudu. We shouldn't accept it. We're here, they're trying to talk about restructuring. No, too late for that. We're going. Yoruba Nation is here to stay.
Saying the way we treat them, I think across the country, so it's really horrible. You know, they stay there under the sun. We do terrible things, and it's crazy, really.
And that young man was just trying to make sure the space, the security guy was just trying to make sure that the place was orderly for everyone else.
Well, so-called big man. I mean, if somebody gets an SUV in any part of the country. He can ram anybody out of the road because he's in a Jeep, and he can ram through the lights, the traffic lights, and he feels nobody can hold on to him, or the law cannot hold him to account.
This is why Yoruba Nation is here to stay.
They'll let me go. Remember last month in Lagos, the official that they ran over his PAs, like who almost died. Nobody made a call, and then look. Can we run a society like this? We need to look ourselves in the mirror, really.
Just to be clear, so we're expecting an apology, stern action.
Apology?
Oh, yes.
That statement was defending the action.
Oh, well, I think they should know better now. So an apology, stern action must be taken, because we've said time and again, this is the chairman of the Code of Conduct.
That word.
Put his picture up again.
So that's the least to expect.
On what grounds is he going to remain in that position?
So that's why we say stern action must be taken.
No.
Wow, don't blame us if we extend the dailies this morning. But let's start off with Vanguard and see where we'll end.
There. I'm going to end it with a picture of Danladi Umar. I'm going to end it with a picture of Danladi Umar so that you can see. Make sure that this is not hidden. He's a Fulani man. Believes that Fulani can do whatever they want. That is the man who carried out the action. That is the man, Danladi Umar. He's the head of the Code of Conduct Commission. And he's a justice. He's a justice and he's a Fulani man. And I tell you, Fulanis, this is the result of when you put Fulanis at the top of every single government organization and then strategic organization. They now believe that they can do whatever they want. And this is why we are leaving Nigeria. That's why Yoruba Nation is here to stay. We can no longer be part of a place where they view you as a Southerner, as a second-class citizen. A Yoruba Nation is here to stay. Biafra Nation is here to stay. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is very, very. This says what needs to be said. I'm going to put, that picture will tell you. You'll be seeing it on this broadcast. And of course, please share. And ladies and gentlemen, what's left for me to say now is please subscribe to us on YouTube and subscribe to Citizen AY.